Okay, what's going on, YouTube fam? I'm coming at y'all with a rambling chat and a sealing video. I'm gonna be sealing up this lovely little baby right here. This was a custom baby for my good friend Latoya. We have the same name, and I'm gonna be chatting. I'm gonna tell you now, what I'm gonna be chatting about is gonna be controversial. It's gonna be rough. What else? It's gonna be raw. It's gonna be real. People gonna like it and people gonna dislike it. It's gonna be what it's be. It's gonna be whatever it's gonna be. I know that people tend to appreciate, love, and follow. Not just, I'm talking about myself personally. Follow, because it's me and Kalia that do it, me and my wife. They follow us because of our rawness and our realness and our transparency. And people, for me personally, tend to love me for my realness and my rawness and my transparency. So I'm gonna stay being me. I'm gonna be real and I'm gonna be that. I can't be nothing other than what I am. So like I said, this topic is gonna be controversial. People gonna feel some type of way. It's gonna be what's gonna be. You may think I'm talking about you personally. You may not. But I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna just, like I said, ramble and chat and seal this little baby. This is the and I'll tell you about the scope. This is the Kate scope. It's a Bountiful Baby kit. It's he's 20 inches long, and he does have freckles, if you can see on his face. Painted hair, although he will be getting rooted, is just like lightly painted hair. Just to make it, look thicker, look fuller, as well as offer a guide while I'm rooting. So anyway, this is him. This is his little adorable face. His name is Jayce. So anyway, the topic of discussion is going to be from a, I guess, collector's as well as a artist point of view in regards to custom work, for customs. So that is going to be my topic. That's going to be my topic. That's what we're going to be talking about. Because that's what I've been doing. And I'm going to talk about my experiences. I'm not going to name no names, but I'm going to talk about my experiences without naming names, because I don't have to, I'm not going to disrespect nobody by naming a name. But if you feel some kind of way, you just feel some kind of way. Sorry. But anyways, so the topic is, like, say for instance, I've been doing custom work, and that's what I've been doing for the last couple of, I want to say, months. And a lot of times us artists, we will do custom work for a client, and we may not agree with the choices of the client, so to speak, and we may know that that's not gonna match, or that hair may not be right, and the only things that we can do is encourage or suggest. That's not really okay. Well, let me find something, and I have to show you and get your approval of it. Whatever I show you, say for instance, hair. I show you hair. I think this hair or this thing would be a better match, or this hair color would be better match. We can only suggest it. We can't tell you to do it, right? Because it's a custom. That's the purpose of people getting customs, is because it's custom made according to their own wants, wishes, and desires. Now, if I do, which I've had my experience with, as I've been doing customs, where I will suggest a certain thing. They want something, and I'll say, wow, and I know that thing may not go. It may not match. It may not look good in the long haul. You may not feel how you feel about it now when you actually get it. And it may not match. And so, and in knowing that, suggesting something that'll be a better match, because I'm the artist. I have the baby. You know what I mean? I have the baby. I have the doll. I'm looking at it. and I can see it. And pictures are true to the look of something to a certain extent, right? And so I know exactly what the baby looks like, or the skin tone or whatever, and I can almost guarantee you and tell you that that may not, look right, or that might offset the baby, just so you know. But if you still say no, that's what I want, we have to go ahead and accommodate that, because it's a custom. This is I think this is the issue that I have, and not even an issue, but my concern or a question: why is this being done, or why do collectors tend to do that? The pros and cons of this. If what I suggested to you and you still went with your own idea or whatever you wanted, and then you get it and I wind up being right, why? And then you contact me saying that oh, this is a problem, or da 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 da, and I know I should have chose better or whatever. Can you do this for me? Now, mind you, at this point, I've done what you've asked me to do, and then now you need me to help you correct a mistake that you've chosen to do. There's not a problem. Most artists are very, very not lenient, but we're very accommodating. Most artists. I can't speak for all because I don't know all artists, but I can only speak for myself. I'm very accommodating. It's not a problem. Send the baby to me. I'll help you if you need me to help. Blah 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 blah, and I'll do it for you, because at the end of the day, my saying is, at the end of the day, it's your baby, and you have to look at the baby, and the purpose is for you to be happy. Right? So as long as you're happy, I'm happy. And if I've agreed to rectify your situation, right? Because once you said, I'm not going to take your advice or whatever it is, on the hair or the nails or, whatever it is, painted hair versus mohair, whatever it is, once you, disregarded the not disregard, but say, I hear what you're saying, but I still want this, and then you get whatever product that you get, whether the hair be wrong or whatever, and now you don't like it, and you realize that the artist may have been right, and they have agreed to rectify not even the situation, to help you, because at that point they're helping you. You don't then therefore go, because this is the problem I have, collectors, you don't then therefore go and make a video talking about the problem as if you need help with the problem when you've already got the help for the problem. Does that make sense? Like I said, y'all hold on to your seats. This subject is going to be controversial. People going to feel some type of ways. Feelings may be hurt. It's going to be because that's the problem between artists and collectors. That is the main problem between artists and collectors. And I will say this, though. I think it is an even bigger problem behind the scenes with artists, is because we all have clients like that. Several, we get them. We're always going to get them. And the problem that we have is that collectors will then therefore go on YouTube and speak about it as if it was the artist's fault. And the artist, because they're trying to be professional, which we should be, will not say anything and just try to smooth over the situation and fix it for them, even though it's not their fault. And we never say anything, and we never speak our side of the truth. That day and time, I feel like, needs to be over and done with, because you will find artists that have and create beautiful work that will not do a custom because of collectors that do that. You know what I mean? They will stop creating customs because they're collectors that do that. They will have an issue with a baby, resolve the issue behind the scenes through email, text, phone calls, whatever. And the artist is gracious enough to fix it, whether they created the problem or it was the collector's problem. And then that collector will go on YouTube and make the problem public. And a lot of times it falls on us artists. And I think it's unfair. And I will say this though, I think artists tend to not speak out about it because they don't want to seem like they're being unprofessional. And professionalism is extremely important. I'm not saying that you should be unprofessional, but what I'm saying is that professionalism should go on both sides. You cannot speak with an artist and they're helping you and they're fixing something for you, right? And you're being professional, and then therefore go on camera and YouTube and be unprofessional, and talk about what y'all have already resolved, right? As if it hasn't been resolved. And then you expect a professional response. And a lot of times they will get a professional response, right? I will say this though, I feel like artists need to speak about certain things because at the end of the day, it's not unprofessional to speak about things on YouTube. Sometimes you have to meet people where they're at. For instance, if we're trying to resolve a problem through email, there's no point of me trying to resolve the problem through letters, through the mail, because you're on email. Why would I resolve the problem through a letter? That's where we're at. So you have to meet people where they're at. If we resolve the problem through texting or phone calls or emails or whatever, and then you bring the problem to YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, I'm going to meet you on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. I think it's unfair a lot of times for the artists. This is because I've been watching the community as of lately. I may not comment on every video. I may not say thing on every video or say something, but I have been watching, and I've seen a lot of artists being, talked about, trash, names being named, all type of stuff, from collectors that, just, saying stuff. And then it's unfair to look at the artist when they defend themselves in whichever manner that they decide to defend themselves. And usually it'll be, some will defend themselves through a message in the comments below the video, or through another video, or through an email, or through whatever. I think it's unfair to look at the artist as if, dang, that was unprofessional because they did this, they did that. Dang, I can't believe she said that or he said that. My thing is this: when you are big, bad, and bold enough, and you have the, not even, I won't say nerve, but when you are strong enough or bold enough to make a YouTube video or whatever form that you decided to use, and you make it public, and you have the strength to be able to do that, talking, I don't want to say down, negative, or however it was viewed, it wasn't positive, or it's not positive from what I've been seeing. I'm going to need you to be strong enough, bold enough, and big enough to take that same response back. Everybody's not always going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's not always going to not say anything. There are people that are going to say something, and it should be said. I think that's the big thing with, or the big problem with the difference between artists, artists and collectors, is that collectors can say and will say and have said whatever they wanted to say, whether it be truth or their truth, on a public forum, and then the artists are expected to not say anything because it would be unprofessional. That, I feel like, needs to stop. We've all seen artists being just, ran in the dirt these last couple months, years, or whatever. Y'all so more than I, because there's a lot of people that have been in the reborn community for a very long time, and they've seen it, where collectors they will bash artists whether they know they're doing it or not. And I'm a firm believer of this. We are adults. We old enough and we grown enough to know what we're doing, right? we know right from wrong. Whether you want to admit it to yourself or to the public, we know what we're doing. We're old enough to be responsible for our own actions and our own behavior and what flies out of our mouth and how we respond and act to people. You can't bash an artist or anybody on a public forum and expect for them to be closed-minded. Or, I mean, I'm not closed-minded, but closed-mouthed. And some people will be, which is a problem. But you will run across that one that they will meet you where you at. Like I said, if you want to bring an issue that I've been working with you on from behind the scenes and make it public as if I haven't been working with you on it to the public, you will run into that artist that will bring it to the light as well. And they will tell their, the truth. Because there's always, several sides to the story and stuff like that. Because, like I said, this is just a topic because I have noticed this thing going on. And I started to say something, a while ago, a couple months ago about it. And I got busy, and then I was like, you let sleeping dogs lie because it's over and done with. But I'm going to say something now because it is something that is continuing to happen. And I feel like artists need to speak up. We need to speak up. We need to say things or say what it is because it ruins, like I said, it ruins it for a lot of people. You got artists that will stop doing customs. Or if they don't stop doing customs, you have artists that won't do a custom for you. Like nobody's going to touch you because it's going to be something. You know what I mean? So, and it ruins it for good collectors, good clientele or good people that do get customs and, they're just good to work with. So, like I said, I'm just rambling and chatting. That was my topic of discussion. Why is that something that's happening in the reborn community? Why are not even just we? Because artists, we tend to not do that. Even though we might not all be cool with each other, or we might not all be friends, we may not all communicate with each other, but there is a form of camaraderie. I guess that's a word. To where there's a level of respect and we kind of understand other people's situations because we've been there and we've had that experience ourselves. But I don't understand why, collectors, get something or they're working a situation out with someone and then act as if the situation isn't being worked out and will go on YouTube or, like I said, whatever form that you're using and speak about it as if the situation hasn't been resolved or as if the situation was the artist's fault. That to me, that makes no sense. And I'm not an artist that is not going to say anything. I'm that one that's going to say something. That's me. Like I said, because I'm just gonna be me. I'm very accommodating. I'm very professional. I always, if I can do something to help, whether it be my fault or not, I will go above and beyond. I always have, always will. That's not gonna never change. But you can't. But what I won't be is a doorstep. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm not gonna be, because that has happened behind the scenes, like where you just get those clients to where, they do. They're not going to be pleased. They're not going to ever be pleased. Something is always going to be said, whether you're like, oh, girl, I'll help you out. It may not even been a doll that you did for them. It's a doll that they got from somewhere else. And they'll be like, oh, my goodness, this is going wrong with my doll. I'm like, you know what? Just send it to me, girl. I got you. Don't even worry about it. And then it's like, next thing you know, you turn around on YouTube and they talking about it as if that's your baby, that you did that. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. That has happened in this community, and I've seen it. It's so many things is going on. I don't understand why we're so divided, and we create these, I don't know, these topics or these bashing of artists, and then we want to play victim, or not even play victim, but I don't know, the artist is looked at as if they're unprofessional for defending themselves or saying the truth. Collectors don't always say the truth. They're not always telling the truth. Their truth is not always right. It's not always the whole thing. It's not always the whole story. And my point is, I guess, I wish that artists would speak out. Whether it be controversial or not, whether people are happy or not, whether people like it or not, like, it is what it is. It's the truth. Everybody, you can't always please everybody. Everybody's not always gonna be happy. Everything doesn't always, you know what I'm saying? So that's just me. Like I said, this was gonna be a rambler chat. I already said my disclaimer. It was going to be raw. It was going to be real. I'm always raw and I'm always real, and I'm not going to be any other way, but continue to be what I've been since day one. You know, I just wish artists would, you know, speak out more. I'm going to be that one. I know there's other artists that are speaking out, but more artists need to speak out, just like about things, as far as even when, like, things that go wrong. Artists don't never want to speak out about things that go wrong in regards to, like, you know, scopes and stuff like that. Like, you know, Kalia did that one scope about the knee popping off, and it did. That knee was just coming off, just out of the blue. Those things happen, and because we don't, or a lot of artists don't tend to speak about it, collectors think that nothing goes wrong, and if something does go wrong, it's the artist's fault, and it may not always be that. You know what I mean? So if we speak out more, I think we'll have a better understanding between the two, and artist and collector, you know, it won't be so gapped, so far apart. There will be a better understanding, and hopefully a better level of respect. But anyways, that's it. I know I've been rambling. I hope y'all guys get to see this little cute little baby. He does have a birthmark on this arm, freckles on the face, and a birthmark on this arm. This baby was a pleasure to paint. I love painting him. He was a very easy kid to paint. It was just a joy. But that's it. I'm on his last little arm or hand or limb. This is his second sealing layer, and he's gonna get two more layers. They're sealing layers, but they're more for protection, and then he'll get a fifth one that'll be the matte varnish, because his mommy don't like him to be shiny. So I'm gonna seal him up, and then bake his and cure his sealing in, and then that's it. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Like I said, I knew this video was gonna be rough, raw, and very blunt. I knew people would possibly be offended or not offended. Some people are going to agree. Some people are not going to agree. Some people are going to take it personally. Some people are not. But it's a topic, and it's life, and it is what it is. It's the truth, and these things are happening, and they need to be said. And I'm not going to act like these things aren't happening when they are. This is what's happening in our community. It is what it is. So thanks, guys, for watching.